Hey guys, it's Amy here, and today I'm going to be doing a Top 5 Wednesday. So I've never done a Top 5 Wednesday before. It was created by Lainey at Ginger Reads Lainey. I'm sure you've all heard of it. I will leave a link to her channel down below, and I will also leave a link to the Goodreads page. So this week the theme is top 5 books that you are thankful for, so let's get on with it. The first book I have here is one that you're probably not going to be very surprised about, but it is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I first read The Hobbit when I was 9 years old. I was bought the box set along with The Lord of the Rings by my grandparents, and I read and absolutely adored The Hobbit. At the same age, I decided to read The Lord of the Rings, but I found it much too difficult, so I just stuck with The Hobbit and reread it quite a few times, and it introduced me to Tolkien and his world of Middle-earth, and that I cannot be any more thankful for. I absolutely love it. As you know, I absolutely adore Tolkien and everything he's created. Since then, I've read The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings multiple times. Like, I wouldn't even be able to tell you how many times I've read them. It's a lot. And The Hobbit is what got me into it all, and I cannot be more thankful to Tolkien for creating this magical story. The next books I have to show you is actually a trilogy, and it's His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman. I first read this when I was around 11 years old. My best friend suggested that I pick them up. She said that I really enjoy them, and I did, and I have reread them a number of times, and I'm hoping to reread them again this Christmas actually. I've bought a special hardback set of them, so I'm looking forward to showing you those in a haul at some point. It follows the story of a girl named Lyra who lives in a parallel universe to us where things are slightly different. There are magical things, and she has this little animal which is known as a demon, which is part of her soul basically, and it kind of follows her around. Lyra manages to skip between different parallel universes and makes friends with people within those universes, and I think that's what makes this book so magical. I'd never read anything like this before these books. I think the reason why I really love these books and why I'm so thankful for them is because they showed me more of the magical world of what I got in The Hobbit when I was 9. I found more of that feeling in these books because I hadn't read The Lord of the Rings yet, so this kind of built me up to coming to The Lord of the Rings and having this kind of epic fantasy world that was just really well constructed, and I think the characters and just everything in these stories are fantastic. I'm really hoping to reread them soon. The third book I have to show you is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper. I think the reason I'm thankful for this book is purely because it taught me so much at a young age. I read this during my GCSEs. I think I must have been 14, 15, and I remember enjoying it when I read it. I thought it was a good book. I read this book earlier this year, and it affected me so differently to when I first read it, and I think that's what I'm thankful for, like rereading books that you thought were okay when you were younger, but maybe you just didn't have the intellectual understanding of what was really going on. It completely just knocked me over this year. I really enjoyed reading it. I thought it was fantastic. I did read the next book, Go Set of Watchmen. Didn't think it was as good. I really just think everyone should go and read this one though. It is a phenomenal book set in the 1930s. Follows the story of a young girl named Scout and her family. Her dad is a lawyer. It's all to do with racism and poverty and the splitting of the social classes, slavery and things like that. Scout's father, the lawyer, is supporting the case of a young black man who has been accused of raping a young white girl, and it's just an incredible story. If you haven't read it, you definitely should. It's just brilliant. The fourth book I have to show you is probably one you're not going to be surprised at. I'm sure a lot of people will mention this in their videos, and it is Harry Potter, specifically The Prisoner of Azkaban. I think anyone who's read the Harry Potter books when they were younger can say that they are thankful for them in some way or another. I am specifically thankful to Prisoner of Azkaban. It is my favourite book. I think this book really got to me at a good time in my life. I think I read it at the perfect moment, really. It's the Harry Potter book that really got me into the Harry Potter books. I remember reading it and just thinking, wow, this is amazing. Like, I just don't know what to do if I can't continue reading the series. The characters, the setting, the plot, just fantastic. I love it all. Remus Lupin, Sirius Black, my favourite characters. Yes, this book is brilliant. If you haven't read the Harry Potter series, I'm not sure what you've been doing, but you definitely should pick it up. It's definitely a recommendable one for around this time of year as well. I always feel very Christmassy when I read Harry Potter, especially the first ones. The final book I have to show you is a little different. It is Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. Seuss writes loads of these tiny little books for children, really beautifully illustrated with kind of a moral to the story. Just, they're really beautifully done. I was given this book a few years ago by a friend who felt that I needed it at the time. I was in a bit of a low patch, and she said that this book actually helped her a lot, and I was kind of a bit dubious, didn't really know what she was talking about. It was a children's book, and upon reading it I was really kind of affected by it. It is a really deep book for a children's story. I'll read you my favourite part from the book. Wherever you'll fly, you'll be best of the best. Wherever you go, you'll be top of all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say, but sadly it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on. You'll be left in the lurch. You'll come down from that lurch with an unpleasant bump, and chances are then that you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun, and slumping yourself is not easily done. Beautiful pictures and a beautiful message. I really do love this book, and I'm really thankful for it. I know it is one that I will read again and again throughout my life. There we go, my first Top 5 Wednesday. I really enjoyed doing that. I hope to do more in the future. Let me know down below what books you are thankful for. I'd be really interested in hearing your stories. As always, I will leave links to Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, everything I've mentioned today down below. I hope you are having a fantastic day, and I will see you soon. Bye! So they are these hardback editions of His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman. I'll show you each of the covers. I think